Craig Cecilio here. Here I am at DiversyFund headquarters. Decided to come in, check some things out. Here we are, I believe it's Wednesday of the week, right in the middle of the Corona situation. But still, the reason I'm doing this today is to show that, hey, you still have a business to run if you're a business owner, and what are you going to do at these times? For me today, I'm coming in, kind of just checking out the office. As you can see, we have a good size office, so I'm just kind of weighing the land, looking at the desks. I know we'll be back at the office pretty soon here. I think that with the guidelines in California being a little bit strict, it might roll into July with us, but still, you still have to prepare. So one of the things I'm looking at is the distancing between the desks we have here and how they're all situated. As you can see, we're kind of spread out pretty well. And we do have a lot of people that are working remotely, and we have people throughout the whole nation, so we're kind of balanced with that. We don't need everybody in the office. But right now you can see some of the workstations we have. One of the things we did start with was everyone having laptops. So when we had to work from home, everyone just brought their laptop home. So we put a policy in place that, hey, we don't know what's going to happen. Every night when you leave work, you bring your laptop home just in case. So that's one of the things you did. Over here you can see, kind of just looking around, there's a lot of disinfectants. We'll be moving the desks a little bit. I've noticed some like stickers in the building itself when you come in, separating about 6 feet for the elevators. That's very good. Over here, we're most likely with our kitchen not going to use stuff in here. We're going to have a lot of wipes here and turn this into a hand sanitation station. So that's one of the things we're going to do is when people come in and out through the front doors here, that they're cleaning their hands before they go here, and that they're coming in and that they have a mask. We did buy some masks as well. I'll show you those in a little bit, what we got there. You know, not too much. I still want people to eat, so we're going to most likely get some coolers for our staff and maybe just have ice on so they could bring their food and utilize some of the stuff. But this area over here is a little bit cause of concern, passing things around if it does happen. One of the other things I think I saw on the news was, I would say, I don't know, I think it was the weekend or 2 days ago, let's just say 2-3 days ago, is this biometric meter, and it looked like a little tablet that was kind of put up horizontally, and it had a little thing that you can look into, and it tells you if you have a temperature or not. So I'm looking at getting one of those things, and I'll probably put it right, let's go back to when we first walked in the office here. We'll have that right up front here, and everyone kind of, hopefully I can find one of these. I saw it was great, it's just on the news, local news, San Diego news. I'll put that probably right up front here that the people come in, and if they have a temperature or something, that'll be an indication that they can't come into the office and they can just work from home. Another idea that we're contemplating is doing rotationals. We have different departments and maybe have it, I don't want to decimate a whole department with it, so we're going to think, do we bring one department in or do we split that department in half? We do have a lot of cameras here. We are a digital company, so we could have everyone on Zoom meetings. We use Google Hangouts. We have conference rooms. We have televisions everywhere, so we could participate with that. We have camera people, so that's nothing that we're overly concerned with. So going through the whole office, as you can see, like I said, it's a relatively big office. With the private office at the executive level, where we're not going to have my office itself, really not going to have that much contact with people. So I'm a pretty good kind of situation, I would say, with everything going on. With things, got my mask here. So here's the ones that we bought for the staff themselves. I got a good about 50 of these right here. Looks like they came from China. I wonder if everything comes from China at the end of the day. I'll have to ask. And then kind of have gloves here. So another thing, why are we in the office? Well, for us, kind of we're a digital company. Do we really need to be here full time? You get that camaraderie. People are talking about productivity. Well, we're in a new world, so there has to be some sort of compromise there. And let's move the word compromise, because compromise feels like two people are losing, no one's winning with this. Let's call this optimization, evolution of workforce. How's this going to happen? Well, we're going to have to work from home. We're going to have that balance, and we are going to have to be able to coexist with people working from home in the office. We'll have to question and ask, why are we really in the office? Is it for camaraderie? Is it for types of, getting that group thought together in those group efforts? Well, we're going to have to learn how to do that digitally. So when you do enter a conference room, and here's a perfect example. You have a conference room, and look, this is set up for 10 people. Look how close everybody is. Well, you really can't have physical distancing with the conference room. But we do have a TV, and we could do a Zoom meeting, we could do a Google Hangouts meeting with this. So conference rooms could be more for presentations. We could turn this into a digital room. If we do have this, we might have to do, as Jeff Bezos says, he's like, I only have enough people in the meeting who could finish 2 pies. Well, I need a whole pizza myself, so it'd be me and maybe one other person. But we'll have to have that concept in our meetings. Maybe only 4 people in this room, maximum 4 people in a room. And so you can see with 4 people, you have maybe 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 presenting, and 1 over here. That's all you can really fit in this room if you're going to practice that kind of physical, let's call it physical distancing. So all these like little things are going to change. How many people walk into a conference room? How you walk out of the office? Where do you go? Look at all that, there's handles everywhere. How do you do that stuff? Are you touching that stuff? I find this kind of fascinating, is how do I create a whole new workforce in this new world? So we're going to do a little mixture of things. We're going to do some things that, hey, I'm talking a lot here. I know I'm on Facebook Live. So what I'm going to do is I have a committee, and we call it what we do the DiversyFund way. You hear some companies have their way of doing things. We have our way of doing things called the DiversyFund way, and we have a committee that meets twice a month. So this week we'll be meeting, and the committee is going to come up with the ideas to do it. It's not just going to be myself, CEO, saying we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That's not kind of my style. My style is to get my workers, get them involved. So we have everyone from all aspects. We got a committee that we've selected, about 5 or 6 people, meet twice a month to kind of go over some policies, and they participate. They give us the ideas, and they'll help execute throughout the rest of the organization. That is something that I would recommend doing, no matter if you have a 10-person business or a 500-person business. Don't sit down there and just talk to like legal and HR to do this stuff. Maybe build a committee. This is going to change. You're going to have to hear all these experts talk about it. No one's an expert. I don't care who you are, what you've done before. It's all new. We're all learning about it. So you have to be receptive to new ideas. And if we could share stuff that which works as we do this, there'll be data on it. And data is people's experiences. But this is not going to happen until next year, or maybe 2022. Are we going to know what worked and what didn't work? We say open space offices work, closed spaces offices work. People are going to put up guards up. Are you going to have HR issues? What's going to happen? So one thing is, this office is on the 19th floor of a building. So we have 2 things we have to look at. We have to look at the building's policies, their best practices, and we have to make sure our own best practices, and we have to develop something a little bit better than a building, of course. You want to make yours better, and how those all work together, all those moving parts. And so we're going to be doing that, and we have been doing it, and that's why I'm here today, is starting to kind of get a feel physically what this looks like, what we're going to have to do, and understand you got the building, you got your business. Probably for us, we have our county, we have our city, and then you got the state. We have our Governor Newsom too. He has certain stipulations we have to do. And who knows, because you have all these weird stuff going on with HR departments and that you're going to have to factor that in. But if you're careful and you do it in a manner where you have best practices, you have a policy in place, and you make your standards higher than the standards of the state or the county or even the building you're in, you should be okay. Because I pretty much think people want to come back to work. They want to have that energy going. It might not be a possibility to get the entire staff back to where it was. So what is that going to look like, and how's that going to look like the next year? So one of the things we'll be doing, as well as, I always talk to other business leaders, other owners of companies. I listen to them. I always ask other people, hey, how are you guys doing this? How are you adapting to this? What are you doing? And that's how I'm learning. But hey, we haven't started yet, because we're still locked down. We're still in I think we're in phase 2 right now, and I think we have 4 phases. So we have to wait till phase 3 till we come back. But that might happen like this. So when that does happen, and there's like, okay, back to work, you need to have a plan in place. And best to prepare for that plan. And the best way to prepare for your plan is, hey, talk to your people, talk to your employees, talk to other business leaders, see what they're doing, and kind of think practically, think realistically, what can you do, and just have your standards high, have a plan, put it in place, and just be open to having conversations with people. And if you do that, I think you'll be okay. You'll be able to adapt. It's not going to be too tough to do that. But the more people that we can help do that, the more you get that confidence going with people, and the more people get confident, the more they'll spend, and the more they spend, the more businesses will thrive. And lastly, all I gotta say is, I gotta get going here, because I'm not supposed to be in the office, I don't think, but I guess I can be. But I appreciate tuning in this week, and I'll love to share more stories and what we're doing on Facebook Live next week. Thank you. Appreciate it.